Hi everyone, Al Perry here, Century 21 Advantage Gold. Just wanted to come to you and share a few ideas. We had an office meeting here. I run a Century 21 brokerage, and we had an office meeting here talking about meeting with buyers and how to build value in our brokerage for our service, for our prospective buyers. Um, we want to treat buyer agency much like seller agencies been treated. Here in Pennsylvania, where I'm located, buyer agency's been out since 1999. So our brokerage has been proceeding with buyers much as we've been proceeding with sellers, where we would sit down, have an agency appointment, hopefully build value for the service that we bring, for the tools and systems that we have. Hopefully that value will be perceived as an investment if we present it properly. And like any investment, if we can demonstrate a return from that investment to the potential client, then there's the probability at that point that we're hired, because any return on investment that's measurable and quantitative should give the buyer some comfort in moving forward with our services. If we can't demonstrate that level of value, then it's not likely that we're going to be hired. So this is what this video is about. It's just one tool that we use to deliver this value. So I'm going to share my screen or to demonstrate this value. So this is our Real Satisfied surveys. So our brokerage partners with a company called Real Satisfied. And every time we have a piece of business, whether it's a buyer, whether it's a seller, we reach out to that piece of business through this third-party company, and they will ask a series of questions about the client's experience with us. So this is after we've made all the promises that we make in our relationship, and this is after we've gone through all the trials and tribulations, successes and failures of a real estate transaction, and this is at the final finish line. Certainly an opportunity for the seller or the buyer to come back to us and let us know whether we overpromised and underdelivered, or hopefully underpromised and overdelivered. So I'll let the report tell the story. I'm not going to tell the story. I'll interpret it maybe a little bit, but I'll let the report tell the story. So since we're talking today about buyer surveys, notice we have the seller survey. So this similarly could work in a seller scenario as well, but I'm doing a video here specifically for buyers. So when sitting down with a buyer, we can get in. I'm going to skip over all the seller survey stuff. You see there's a whole bunch of metrics, but I want to go to buyer survey. And I'm not going to go over the whole thing. I'm just going to go over some real nice low-hanging fruit that I like to, get together and share with a prospective buyer when they're thinking about hiring us. And first and foremost, you don't want to be meeting buyers out at properties. Real estate agents will fall into the trap of doing this sometime. And I think it's mostly because we haven't built much value for ourselves yet. So in the buyer's mind, maybe the value that we bring to the table is simply the access to the property. And I'm not going to say that that's not valuable. It's certainly valuable, but it doesn't differentiate us from any other buyers that work in the market. If all I am is the access to the property, I'm extremely replaceable, because there's lots of people who work in the real estate industry who are licensed to have access to that home that's for sale. So I got to bring more to the table than that. So I'm going to go here to just some satisfaction numbers. Remember, this is over 2,000 of our buyer clients. It actually breaks down what our clients thought about our performance over inspections and open houses, over our local knowledge of the area, over negotiating the price and terms of the purchase, the exchange of contracts, the handling of deposit monies. Real estate brokers and agents are handed large sums of money to hold an account for. Fortunately, most of the time that money makes it to where it's supposed to make it. Occasionally it doesn't. So our clients' confidence in our handling of the money is a big deal. and then our attention to detail. And notice just about, I don't want to say just about everybody because that's probably not being fair, but quite a high number rate us in this excellent category. And if you look at good and satisfactory as well, and you just add those together, this is practically 10%. So, roughly 95% would put us in satisfactory, good, or excellent. And this is over 2,000 buyers again. Local market area, again, well over 88%. And by the way, back to this inspections and open house, 4.2% said it's not applicable. So maybe these are buyers who waived their inspections or buyers who did not attend any open houses. So again, mostly, there are a couple below expectations and poor. So in this case, 0.7%. So again, if you aggregate that against the full body, I mean, there were a few that came back and said that we didn't do our job well. And I just put something out there about this just because I think it's important to do so. Once in a while, you can stand on your head and not appease someone. You can do everything that you promised and not appease someone. So occasionally you're going to get some survey results from people who are not satisfied. And sometimes when you look in the mirror, and that's hopefully what an agent's doing, what a brokerage is doing, it's certainly what I do when we get survey results, especially those that might not be favorable. You take a look in the mirror and say, how do we handle ourselves in this? And so since I put out there that occasionally it will be that, hey, we handled ourselves well. This is a customer or client that was out there that we just couldn't satisfy. But if we had to do it all over again, we think we did the job we were supposed to, that we were hired to do, and then some. But occasionally you do find something that you didn't do well. And hopefully you use this as a learning experience. And that's what I do. I'm not too proud to admit that we're not perfect and that we do occasionally make mistakes. And I think it's important to work with a professional that when they make a mistake, they own that and that they come back and acknowledge that to the perspective, to the client, and then do what they need to do to make it right. So that's important to me as a broker and important to our organization, and hopefully important to the industry as well. But really proud of some of these numbers. And the best part is we can do better. And we are working to do better. But you see, our customers, our clients are already saying we're doing a great job. Same thing with performance ratings. Notice, and this is a big deal for real estate agents. We're salespeople. So in the sales world, a lot of times people hesitate to want to work with a sales agent because what do? We sell stuff. And sometimes we work in a commission world, and there are times when customers, potential clients, might wonder if we're not out for the commission more than we're out for helping them make a good decision in their world. So it really makes me proud if you go down here and you look at trustworthy. This is after all the promises have been made and after the delivery was complete. Trustworthy, 95.7% excellent, 2.9% good. Very few below expectations or poor. Same thing, polite, understanding, friendly, patient, knowledgeable, helpful, professional, timely, clear, accessible, respectful, and approachable. All things that I know in the sales industry, sales associates can often be criticized of not being approachable, not being accessible, not being timely, not being professional in their manner. So it means a lot to me that our clients rank us so high here and score us so high here. So again, I'm going to show this to a prospective buyer, sit down and say, hey, look, it's not the only thing I'm going to show them, but here's what our clients are telling us we're doing. So, and then I want to continue over here to overall satisfaction. Again, 90.5% excellent, 8% good, almost 1%, let's call it satisfactory. And again, less than 1% below expectations or poor. And then here's the big question. Would they use our services again? 81% strongly. Well, I'm going to go to the agent metric here because, and the reason I do that, we asked a question of our clients about agent and the broker. But the truth is, a good real estate agent is the conduit for the broker. They're the folks, they're the agent's the person who's interacting with the client on a daily basis. The broker and the support staff get involved at times. But in many transactions, the face of the organization, the face of our brokerage is the agent. So when they say the agent, would they use the agent survey, use the agent again? That to me says they'll use us again because we take a lot of pride in our agents. Sometimes they have less a connection to the brokerage because, again, they didn't deal with the broker in some transactions. So strongly agree, 93%, 6% agree. Again, very few disagree or strongly disagree. And would they recommend us to their family and friends? Again, the number is very much similar to would they use our services again. And then down here, we collect testimonials for our agents. And you see that 2/3 of our buyers provided testimonials. So not only did they feel comfortable enough filling out this survey and filling out the metrics for us and how we did and how we performed, 2/3 of them said, I want to even go a step, an additional step, and I want to provide a testimonial for the agents to use as well. So those testimonials, we keep them. I can share those testimonials with potential clients as well. Again, great ways to build value. But I really think, would you use our services again? When someone says yes to that, that tells you everything you need to know about whether you delivered value. And so over and over again, over 2,000 transactions, I forget exactly what that number again was. Let's go back. So I'm using the accurate number. 2,367 transactions. We update this in real time. So tomorrow it'll be 2,369 transactions. After a couple settlements today, hopefully we'll get those surveys back as well. So that's just what I want to talk a little bit about today. I can tell you, I can make you promises, but the best story I can tell is the story that our clients tell. Have we overpromised and underdelivered, or have we underpromised and overdelivered? And when you can demonstrate that the latter is true, you can win that business, and those clients will hire you. They'll make an investment in whatever your fee is. They'll perceive it as an investment, and hopefully you'll deliver returns. So keep doing what you do. Keep bringing value to your clients, and stop back here anytime to get more information. Have a great day.